look at how much is coming off of it even after we had it cleaned. Pretty tan. It almost fits good. Some of the cool things to just swing by the shop is a full-on GuntherWorks built Porsche. Hey, it's wicked. How's it going? Good. So yeah, what's the deal with this thing?
So we were just at a photo shoot right now. 4-liter engine, 430 horsepower.
Woo! 430 horsepower, 4-liter NA. 2,600 pounds.
6 speed.
Wow. You said it was all carbon fiber?
All carbon fiber except for the A-pillars.
Jeez.
And the cowl.
So yeah, just that one piece of steel, everything else.
Everything else is done in-house. All the carbon and everything, the paint, everything's done in-house.
Wow. Man. These things are probably pretty cheap. Take 2 of them. It's not every day you have a GuntherWorks built car just cruise by. 295s on the front. Jesus. What's the rear got? 335s. Freaking insane. This thing is incredible. Everything all carbon. Wide body. Big arrow wing. Scoops to the back. That is incredible. Very, very cool, man. Very cool. Yeah, there we go. Just a cool 700 grand for this car. Oh man, we got dust all over you guys. I'll give you one last little walk around. Man, apparently it says this guy tracks this car. $700,000 custom carbon fiber to 2,500 pounds. Wicked. Wicked, wicked. Alright, so we were going to start getting into this 350Z, but we found it had so much mud in it still on the Baja day that we brought it back out. And look at how much is coming off of it even after we had it cleaned. Nate Dogg's been going nuts on it. I was just jumping in there a little bit and it's just coming out of everywhere. So we're gonna give it like another good hit underneath and in all the wheel wells, trying to get it all out. And then we are gonna take it inside, pull the kit, pull the bumper, side skirts, fenders, all the stuff that we're gonna remove and replace. And we're probably gonna have to bring it back outside again. I have no idea how Dylan did this for a living. I remember one of the first things he said to us when he started working for us back in 2014. He was just like, these cars are so clean. And I get it now, because every day is like this. Oh my God. Yeah, what you working on, Dylan?
I'm just getting jiggy with some fab stuff. Trying to get this.
When are you not getting bigger with that stuff?
I know, right? True story.
Over here, yonder way, the brand new Hypertune intake manifold. Super sick, dude. I don't know why we're screwing around. Well, I know why we're screwing around with the other one for a minute. It's cheap, it was free. Came with the motor, so I was trying to trim down the factory one, trying to make it fit. You know, welding plates to it, drilling NPT holes, trying to get all the stuff plumbed up for the radium bits, but in the end, you freaking cannot beat this. This thing is beautiful. The blue matches the Turbo Smart gate. Sick. So it just really ties all the blue together. And it even pulls the blue out of the little ZM carbon fiber boy that we got over in China. So our ZM bros whipped that together and put the little blue carbon on there. And so now it's just like flows around. It's really, really cool.
Plus, we have Nissan R35 coil packs going on this thing. And the
Where'd you
kit,
get those,
the kit that I got, I don't know, this dude I know. So this other little, pretty sweet little billet piece that holds each one of the coil packs together is like, pretty sure, I haven't really seen it in person yet, but based on the pictures, which is what I based this off of, the blue should match pretty much perfect. It'll have like a nice little,
Oh, that's awesome. Because what's your favorite color? Purple, right?
Yeah, yellow.
Yellow, yeah. Red, bright red.
Yeah.
But yeah, with this throttle body being like nice and low and close to the intercooler, you just went ahead and just tied her in one piece.
I figured like, since by the time I put like a little cast elbow on there and then a coupler, like the two couplers would almost be touching each other.
Yeah.
I was like, that's ridiculous. Why
Yeah,
would I
it would have been like just another coupler right here and just like, you know, a little bend here and then like a bang and then like a little tube here and bang. So yeah, it would have been tight, but we're looking at it and, you know, we're a little concerned about how close it is to the frame rail and this being rigid and this being rigid. So we're like, how do we tie the front end together a little bit better? We're trying to figure out how to do like a brace across the back, you know, with the oil coolers down mounted low, that was possible. We didn't want to weld anything in to get the motor out easier. And so we just started looking around and then we're just like, why don't we just tie it off the front? So check that out. Just got an extra little brace that you whipped up,
Yep.
little tube and bucket setup. So in the event of any little, you know, bump from the side, if that frame rail wants to move even like a 1/2 inch, it's gonna want to move that intercooler and it's gonna want to try and move that intake. So just an extra little brace just to transfer load. So, I mean, if you wad this thing up, things are gonna happen, but
Yeah.
this is just for like, you know, if someone spins out in front of you, or just like, you know, any sort of like light impact in the competition. So sometimes like those frame rails will want to tweak just that little bit and it's all tight tolerance already. So this will just be extra little support.
A little bit of extra, and it doesn't weigh much. It's just a little 065 piece of 1-inch tube. These buckets are a little bit thicker, but I mean, the thing weighs like literally 1 pound, and I would rather have that 1 pound hanging over the front just to have that little bit of peace of mind.
Mhm.
This thing's pretty tied together. It's got this intercooler tube that comes down, which should help it a little bit.
Yep, that'll help
It's
too.
got the shock tower tubes, which should help it. So just everything we possibly can to help keep this thing solid. And that was Chris's idea, your idea.
Thanks.
He was like, hey man, I really feel like you need to drop something in behind this intercooler. I'm like, ah man, like I don't want to grind the paint. What are we doing? And then we saw these little M8s out here, and I was like, perfect, done, love it.
Yeah, it's I feel a little better about it. I think you do too. So
Yeah.
just a little extra to hold that front end from wanting to push. But yeah, this car is absolutely awesome. We're laughing about last night. These arms right here, just giving it the old
Yeah,
out of my way.
let's go fast.
So a wiring harness away still from firing this thing up. But lastly, I got to make a new Strut Tower Bar because the Garrett Turbo is so freaking big that it comes in contact with the old setup. So he's gonna get jiggy with, you know, building a new piece, pushing that up off the turbo. We gotta actually, I was telling him like, hey, you gotta swap that other G42 on there.
Yeah.
So get the Garrett out, get the G42 out, swap it on, everything's on and tight and ready to run, but guess what? You know, gotta do everything twice, or 6 times.
Or 6 times, or 12 times. It feels like 12 times.
Yeah, but it's, it won't take long. Just gotta pop it on there and make sure that exhaust housing clears. So
Yeah.
we'll give that a quick look and go from there.
Sir, if it was easy, everybody would do it.
That's right. That's right. All right, we got her all torn down, and even after pressure washing as best we could, it's still all up in these wheel wells, underneath these panels, up in here, and mud everywhere. And here in the side skirts, rear bumper was full, so I wanted to take it all down so we could really get into it. Yeah, so we'll wheel it out one more time, give it one more good wash, then start doing wide body. And see, this is why I make Dylan cut my fucking pipes for me. Freaking just looks at it for 2 seconds and he's like, oh, looks to be right about there.
Hey man, I'd be lucky if I could do that 50% of the time. I got lucky on this one.
Whatever, dude. That is hilariously perfect. So what, you're gonna put more bend in it or just cut a little more down to bring that in?
Well, see, I really like this gap that we got going on right here. I want to keep that height right there, so I think the best thing to do would be to put more bend in it, and then that will continue to raise it because I do have to cut some more off the bottom.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to do it at this point.
Well, you did it once, you can do it again.
Yeah.
Make that cut. First thing we're gonna do on the 350 is pull all these old panels off, push it back outside, spray it down some more because there's dirt everywhere. Suspenders, headlight, bumper, all this stuff is smoked, so all getting replaced. We'll just get it all off and out of the way and then push it back outside, make sure it's as clean as we can get it, and then bring it back in, stick it on the lift, and start cutting. So, time to go. You sure I have to hold this?
You really don't.
Freaking. Fun fact, whenever you're putting a strut bar on, always make sure your car's on the ground. because that stuff flexes.
That's scary.
Isn't that weird? I mean, why else are you putting this thing on here?
Yeah, right. No kidding.
Free tan.
Oh yeah.
Get ready for summer. Beach bod coming right up on my inner arm and my face. It almost fits good. See a little bit of that. About a ½ inch off the hood as far as I could see. Oh yeah. Hang on. Does it fit? Does it fit, everybody?
Yeah, you gotta tell us. We can't see.
We can't see anything. Looks good to me. All right, back to her. Normally I want the handbrake right here, right? That was previously installed on this car. That's off to the right. And I hate that. And then this guy popped right in here, which was pretty cool.